Good morning, everyone. Welcome to BlueSync today, Thursday, August 10th. We're going to be talking about Listings2Leads today, and we're going to have a little small challenge at the end of the call. So thanks for calling in today. JD is on the phone as well. He probably has more expertise in Listings2Leads than myself. So JD, feel free to insert any ideas or comments as we go through this. But I highly encourage you, if you've not logged into Listings2Leads lately, to do so. They have so much great content in this program that even though if you don't have a listing and the name of the product is Listings2Leads, you can still utilize the product. You don't have to have listings in order to use all of the great content, landing pages, PDFs. And what we're going to talk about today is the new playbooks that Listings2Leads has. And as you'll see on the screen, right on the main page, as soon as you log into Listings2Leads on the Get Started tab, this is what populates here. If you have work to do on getting your account set up, it'll tell you that here. But now we're going to be talking about these playbooks. And as you can see, there are 5 playbooks. And these are all done for the agents to get more leads, because that's the name of the game, right? We need to get leads in order to get customers, in order to have transactions. And Listings2Leads has done all of the legwork for you. So basically, they have come through here and created these playbooks so the agent can sit down, open it up, take a few moments, watch a quick video. If they have more questions, they can sign up for a live webinar, and they'll start generating leads almost immediately. So you'll see right here under the playbooks how often they think that Listings2Leads has figured out you should do it, plus how many leads you can estimate to get. So you can see these are not insignificant numbers here. This first playbook, option 1, is 23 to 116 leads. Option 2 is estimated to be 42 to 140. And you can see that even if you don't have your own listing as a new agent, you can borrow a listing. Maybe you're sitting at an open house for a fellow realtor in your office, or maybe you know a fellow realtor has a new listing coming up and it fits right perfectly into what your market is. And you can always ask them if they would be willing to let you market their listing for them, which usually they're pretty happy about, right? Because it's one less thing that they have to worry about. So what do you get out of a playbook? We'll just go ahead and go right to the first one, option 1, and click view. You'll see there's 3 parts here. There's the write-up and recorded webinar. So again, PDF how-to guidebook, plus there's a recorded webinar. So if you are more of a visual learning, you can watch the webinar. There is the playbook checklist to help keep you accountable to what the process is. And then you can register for that live webinar. Some people learn better if they're able to ask questions and go through the process and learn about questions that other people may ask. So you do have the option for the live webinar. So the write-up and the recorded webinar, when you click learn more, that takes you to a secondary tab. You'll see your Listings2Leads platform is still here. It opens you up in a second tab, and it really walks you through what this process is in order to get those leads. And you'll see that there is a recorded webinar. So read through it, find out what the intent of that marketing is and how to get those leads. And then as you scroll down, you'll see there's even things like phone scripts. So what do you do after you get a lead, right? A lot of times the agents will ask that question. Okay, I have a lead. Now what do I do with it? They even provide you phone scripts, automated follow-up. There's posts for engagement. You'll see all of this content. You just keep on scrolling. There's so much here. It's very encompassing information. Don't even have to think about it. Just follow the instructions and you'll start getting those leads coming in today. Back to our landing page here. Now we'll see our checklist that we can download. So that may have been a little scary, right? There was a lot of content there. If you download that checklist, you'll see it walks you right through it. It'll let you know how many leads you can get. There's even QR codes here. I mean, they couldn't have made this any easier to help an agent start getting leads. And then, of course, like I said, what to do with those leads after you have them. So the checklist is there as well. And then, of course, if you're more of a lifetime learner, you can go ahead and register for that live webinar. Now, these webinars are taught by the Listings2Leads team. So it is taught by the people that have helped create these programs. So it really is the experts if you have any questions about any of this process. So keep in mind, that was just playbook 1. So they teach you how to do this marketing techniques to get leads, which we all want, on things like coming soon, just listed in active listings. Again, if you're sitting in open houses, if you have a pending and just sold, if you have the buyer, ask the listing agent, They may very well be happy to let you use that in order to generate more leads based on the listing if you are bringing the buyer to them. There's buyer PDF guides. So this can be really good. A lot of people don't understand the home buying process. Either they've never been through it or it's been many, many years since they've been through it. The best thing that we can provide for them, for the consumer, is education. So Listings2Leads has put all of this content together for you. Same thing with seller. So that was on the buyer side. There is the playbook for the seller side. And then, of course, video is king. I'm sure JD would agree with that. There is a way to utilize video in order to generate leads as well. Now, you can see that some of these are 5 to 20. So it's a lot less leads. But typically, if there's less leads, they typically are more qualified. So they may be farther along into the transactional selling or buying phase than maybe if you're just generating some cooler leads. So when you do click on to view, again, every single playbook has all 3 options here. And those playbook checklists, you can see I just downloaded this one. It really walks you through how to go about doing these things. And again, those QR codes are always there as well. It lets you take the recorded webinar and then it lets you register for the live webinar. So the challenge today for both staff, managers, and agents is if you've not logged into Listings2Leads in the last 30 days, log into Listings2Leads. You'd be surprised at how much content is in here, particularly if you haven't logged in the past year. It's almost a completely different platform. They're providing all of these PDF guides for sellers and buyers, and now they have really brought it to the play-by-play, step-by-step, how you can generate these leads. So JD, what did I miss?
Nothing in particular at all. I have a couple things to add, but I don't think you missed anything.
Please add away.
Okay, so 2 things I want to add is one, while I was looking at these, it reminded me a lot of our bagging leads section from last year. That if you guys go to schmidtvideoclassroom.com, we have our bagging leads playlist. It was a webinar series. I believe we did actually in July, August, so right around this time last year, pretty close to that. That covered a lot of the same topics. And so I've heard, especially when it comes to Moxie support and things like Listings2Leads, some agents love the videos that we have here and love watching it happen so they can click along. Some agents love the checklists and the guides like that. So knowing your agents when you're having conversations with them, if they're asking questions about it, let them know that there are 2 different versions with very similar information. If you want the written guide, they're right there in Listings2Leads. If you want the video guides, they're right there in Schmidt Video Classroom. The second thing that I would add that I get a lot of, I hear a lot of is that a reminder that leads, if according to the National Association of Realtor, online leads can take, between 6 to 24 months to fully incubate. And that sounds like a long time because it can be, but you have to remember that if someone's filling out a lead form online, it could be their very first time going, oh yeah, we might be interested in buying a home, or yeah, we should find out what our home is worth. That could be their entire mindset. I know as well as you do that our agents want them to be going, I want to buy a home tomorrow. That's why I'm filling out this form. That's a perfect world scenario. That has happened with Listings2Leads ads. I've had agents get leads on Thursday, and on Saturday they were showing homes to clients. Or on we had one agent, it was Thursday, about 4 or 5 days later, they had 2 listings from a client. One was a land listing and one was their property. So that does happen. However, that should not be the expectation. But what happens, what I hear a lot of is, well, I wasn't getting any quality leads, or all the leads I got were dead. The only dead lead is somebody who says, unsubscribe me, take me off of your list. Every other lead should be worked, whether it is a drip campaign that you put them on, whether it is checking in once a month through your task list and Moxie, just saying, oh, I should check back in, send them a quick email, maybe shoot them a quick call, maybe shoot them a quick bomb. Whatever it is, it's staying in touch little by little through some version of a CRM or something, because we have had it. And again, I have seen the long game where somebody goes, hey, you've been sending me these market reports, or you've been sending me these newsletters. Can we talk soon? Because I think my wife and I, or I think my husband and I, or whomever, are ready to look at buying a home, or are interested in what our home could be worth. But I've also had agents say, well, I called the lead once and then I took them out because they didn't respond. That should not be how we are responding to leads or doing it. So all this to say, you guys know that I'm not good at the short version. The short version is that once the leads come in, it's important that we then incubate them, that we nurture them and work them on some sort of email list, newsletter.
I think JD froze.
I was just going to ask if I lost audio or if JD lost audio.
I think he did. He froze.
Okay, thanks, Sharon. When I'm sharing my screen, I can't see the people. So thank you for that. So I'll go ahead. Maybe JD will come back. Maybe he won't. I'm sure eventually one day he will. But he's absolutely right. So when you are trying to get leads, the important part is remembering you're building your pipeline. Sometimes, like he said, they will transact quickly. He quoted 6 months to 24 months. I like to say 18 months is in general the average, really, which makes sense when you're looking at that time frame. But the reason why you want to generate leads is to grow your pipeline. And the reason why you want to constantly drip on them, because when they do have that need to transact, or they have a friend or family member that's ready to transact, you want them top of mind. The average American adult knows 7 real estate agents in their lives. Obviously, we know a lot more and we love them, but the average American knows 7 real estate agents. You want to be the one that they think of when they are ready to transact. So grow your pipeline with getting leads. Listings to Leads couldn't possibly make it any easier than they have with the playbooks. Go ahead and put them in your pipeline. Use Moxie to drip on them. Use Prospect Square. Lots of tools to drip on them. Make sure you keep the personal touch, though. Make sure you're picking them up and calling them every so often as well. Sign them up for neighborhood news. So many different ways to stay in touch, because when that consumer does have the need to transact, you want your information right in front of them, easy to find. You want to be the expert in their life when it comes to their real estate needs. So again, the challenge, log into Listings to Leads. The good news for the agents, your ASCs right there in your offices can change your password for you. This isn't like CB Desk where you have to ask for a password reset, log in, do a 2-factor. Listings to Leads, your ASCs, your RSCs, myself, we can log in, we can update your username and your password live time, so you can go ahead and get logged in right away. But there's your challenge. If you haven't logged in the last 30 days, please log in. You'll notice there's a lot of opportunity over here to the left. There's a lot of information in these playbooks. Now, we do have a more encompassing Listings to Leads training coming at the end of the month. I can go ahead and double check that date for you guys. Just 1 second here. That will be on August 24th at 1 o'clock, hosted by the amazing Bailey. So if you're wanting to know more about Listings to Leads, if you just want to refresher on Listings to Leads, head to your education calendars, Thursday, August 24th at 1 o'clock. Bailey will be doing a starter class, a 101 class, if you will, on how to get your account set up and how to start using the product to grow your pipeline and get your leads. If you're not wanting to wait till the 24th, I don't blame you. Like we showed, it's super easy. Jump in here. Yeah, I could use 18 to 39 leads in my pipeline. Read through the write-up, watch the recorded webinar, download your checklist, register for that live webinar. Like I said, 3 steps. They couldn't have made it any easier. So what questions do you guys have for me? And yeah, that is correct, Debbie. Only a dead lead. The only dead lead is an unsubscribed lead. They may never respond to you. It may be 2 years, but if you continue to drip on them, they're going to call you when they're ready to transact. So keep them in your pipeline. Absolutely. We'll give it just another beat here. JD, if you were able to reconnect, feel free to wrap if you'd like. If not,
Nah, I got it all out.
you're back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right. Well, keep in mind, August 24th, Bailey will be hosting a Listings to Leads course. Ton of recorded webinars are on our Bagging Leads series on Schmidt Video Classroom. Ton of recorded webinars are in the Listings to Leads platform. Couldn't have made it easier for us. So jump in. The challenge is to log in at some point. If you haven't been in there in the last 30 days, take a look. Like I said, if you don't know your password, reach out to your ASC or your RSCs or myself, and we'll get you into this amazing product brought to you complimentary from the Schmidt family companies. Thanks for your time this morning, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye now.